Hey, what's up YouTube? Here's a video I've actually been planning to make for a while now. I just haven't got around to it for various reasons, and I figured, well, you only got nothing else to do right now, so I might as well go ahead and get this over with. So, a few game companies out there that I believe we need to have a talk to. So I'm going to get the ball rolling here and see where this goes. As you can see by the title, you already know what companies I'm going to talk about. So in no particular order, let's start with Capcom. What the fuck, Capcom? What the hell happened to you? You're one of my favorite game companies, man. And in a way, you still are. But somewhere along the way, man, you just completely, just completely became a disappointment. I don't know what the hell happened there. You've been just like... It seems like all these companies are in this new competition to try and see which one can piss off their fan base the most. You know, Capcom, they used to do really good stuff. They used to bring in quality games like just Mega Man and that. Somewhere along the line, they just decided, you know what? We're this big company now. We really don't need fans to keep us going. And that's basically the mentality a lot of these companies seem to get now. And it's not just game companies themselves. It's like a lot of businesses and companies, I realize they're like, oh, we don't need customers to keep going. I don't know where this mentality came from companies and stuff, but, you know, we're not talking about everything right now. We're just talking about games. And gaming companies. And Capcom is like, you know, let's go through the list of the stuff they did. You know, it was okay with, you know, first with Street Fighter 4 comes out, and then came out Street Fighter Championship Edition, Street Fighter 4 Championship Edition, or whatever it's called, I forgot the name. And everybody kind of expected that. It's like, oh yeah, we knew they were going to do this anyway. And it came on the Arcade Edition, which you either bought separate or just downloaded onto Championship Edition, so that was annoying, but not as bad as one would think. I think where they really started to fuck up is, you know, the whole Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You know, they finally came out with a game that everybody wanted. They brought it out. They made it piss easy that anybody could actually play it. Then they had the nerve to go ahead and release it again in less than a year. Now, granted, with the Street Fighter 4 series, they at least waited a year. But the year wasn't even over yet. The original game for Marvel Capcom 3 was only out for 6 months. Probably less than that before they decided, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and release this one now, too. That really pissed me off because I went and spent like the $80 or $70 for the special edition that came in a little tin case, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then they came out with this mission. I was like, you fucking bastards, why would you do that? And there's the whole Mega Man thing. You know, they pissed off the guy who made Mega Man, and he left, and now they want to drag Mega Man's name through the mud. They canceled the Mega Man games and blame the fans for it. Oh, it's your fault that the games didn't care. Nobody cared or had interest in this. It was a totally bullshit, because everybody proved that they totally had interest in the games that they're making. They're like, oh, no, not doing that. No, it's all your fault. And then they go and blame the fans for this crap. Which is basically something a lot of companies were doing. And then, you know, there was the whole thing with Street Fighter X Tekken. My god, that had to be like one of the biggest fuck-ups they ever did. Where it's like, oh, there's going to be 12 DLC characters, but they're already on the disc. Now, people found that out, man. Oh, dude, that had to hurt. That hurt the sales right there. And like, well, we're not even paying. We're paying, and we're not getting the whole game. Same thing happened with Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, or whatever it's called. Same thing, you know, you bought the game, and you could have done another part of the game. There's another part of the game on there where you could play as the Resident Evil characters, like actual, like Leon and Claire and Ada or whatever like that. I don't know the list, I forgot. But that was locked on the disc, and you had to pay it as DLC, so that was like another whole half of the game on there that they wanted you to pay extra for, despite the fact that you already paid the full price, the $60, for the original game. So yeah, Capcom themselves, man, they just went from up here to like, I don't know, I don't think they know what they're doing anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and not even argue about the whole Devil May Cry thing. I'm going to let that one go. The biggest problem with the whole Devil May Cry thing was not the fact that it was a reboot. It was the fact that Ninja Theory themselves did not react too kindly to the negative backlash I got. Now, granted, alright, a lot of fans maybe went overboard with it, myself included. But at the end of the day, the company could have been more professional about this. They could have said something like, Ninja could have said, look, you know it's a little drastic change, maybe something not used to, but just bear with us here, and just trust us, and we'll come up with something that, we think you're going to like. That's all they had to say. But instead, you know what they did? No, they made fun of the fans. Back at them. Oh, these fans are idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. Then you had like some journalists saying things like, well, you guys need to kindly shut the fuck up. I'm like, dude, come on. You guys are we're not supposed to be professionals. Alright? We're fans, alright? Some of us are level-headed. Some of us are rabid. Some of us are damn straight crazy. Now, I'm not in the crazy category, but, you know, I was like, a little upset about the whole Devil May Cry reboot thing, and I wasn't too happy about it. I was like, whatever. At the end of the day, I finally played the game, you know, I didn't think it was that great. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was bad, I just didn't think it was that great, so I'm just like, no. Go back to the original, this just did not seem to work for me. But, you know, on their end, they could have handled that whole thing completely better. But they didn't. So now, we move on to EA. EA, you need to stay the fuck out of everybody's business. Because seriously, you got the Origins thing where they pretty much spy on your shit. I mean, come on. Not only that, they just ban people like it's a bodily function, you know? Now, I can understand if, like, somebody comes up on, like, an EA forum, whatever, and just blasts them and cusses them out and acts completely just unprofessional, unruly, you can't reason with them. I can see how they would ban them, and maybe ban them from playing the game online. The problem with that is, they also ban you from playing the single-player game, which is really something you should not do. At all. You want to ban people from the online thing? You're playing online, I can understand that, because maybe people go out and they cuss people out, they threaten people, they swear at people, you know, they're just complete assholes, and maybe they should not be playing online, so I can see those people being blocked. But one of the major problems is somebody goes on, and they have a genuine complaint, which they will talk about, you know, they'll talk about it as normal. They'll say, hey, I think this is a problem here. Maybe this is something you should look at and try to fix. And instead of, you know, the company saying, no, we'll look into it or whatever, they're like, you know what, stop crying, you're banned. And then they ban you from playing online in a single-player game. It's like, what the hell? It's like somebody comes to you professionally as a concerned fan of your product, and they're like, well, you know, it's like, it's a good game, but, you know, there's this little problem here that I wonder if, like, maybe it could be fixed. And they're like, nope, banned. Game's done. You're banned. Get out of here. Can't play a single-player game either. Yeah, I know you paid your money, but too bad. So, yeah, there's that. And like I said, the whole Origins thing where they pretty much spy on your shit. I mean, literally, they want Origins on, like, they're trying to get Origins on, like, Facebook or something like that, I swear, because they just want all your information. I don't know why. They're like the Google of gaming. You know, they just, like, well, I'm going to go ahead and just so they can, like, advertise you at something like that. And, of course, there's a whole DLC debacle where, oh, yeah, well, no, this is DLC we had later on. Then you find out it's on this, like Capcom. That's where Capcom got the idea, I think, basically. You know, stuff like that. So, yeah, they're doing that. Yeah, whatever. So, EA, you know, they get voted, like, the worst company in the world, and they're, instead of thinking like, I wonder what made people think that, like, they didn't have concern on it. Their response was, well, the only reason why we won is because all the other companies weren't on the list, so we're going to continue to keep making our multi-million-dollar games. Ha ha ha. Fuck you guys. And that's why a lot of people are, like, starting to be like, EA, you guys are evil. That's what EA stands for, not Electronic Arts. Stands for evil assholes. Okay, no, it stands for Electronic Arts, but you know I'm going with this, right? And they're Square. Square. Come on, guys. When are you going to learn that nobody at all gives or gave a fuck about Lightning? But you continue to just shove this character down your fans' throats, and they don't like her, they don't want her anywhere near their Final Fantasy games, and you keep saying, well, this is the most influential, fucking nose. This is the most influential character that we've... No! Alright? Nobody fucking likes Lightning. They like her worse than Squall. I mean, they hate her worse than Squall. Seriously. A lot of people don't like Squall, but they fucking hated Lightning. And you kept caught teasing for years this whole Final Fantasy VII remake thing, and you're like, nope, we're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. You showed some tech demo of it when the PS3 first came out. Look how great it was. No, we're not really gonna do that. No, not at all. No, not gonna happen. So it's like, well, whatever. Then there's a whole Final Fantasy versus 13. That is a new Duke Nukem Forever. By the time we see this thing come out, it's gonna be on PlayStation 5. Seriously. Provided there's a PlayStation 5, if Sony doesn't fuck up the whole thing with PlayStation 4. Actually, it probably will, but that's a topic for another time. So, yeah, there's that, right? So it's like, they just like, God, these people don't know what they're doing, and they just want to keep doing this whole thing. Oh, no, Final Fantasy 13, oh, our greatest one, we're going to keep making sequels. Instead of going on, like, I think Final Fantasy 15 will be the next one, since 14 is online. So if they would go to, like, 15, like, they're not even doing that. They're trying to get, like, they're doing, like, 13, 13-2, 13-3. I mean, I don't think they're going to move past 13 at this point. I think it's going to be 13-1, 13-2. You're going to see a whole new Final Fantasy, and it's going to be 13, 13, 13, up to, like, Final Fantasy 13, 13, and then finally get to 15. And then you'll get 15-1, 15-2, yeah, and you see where this is going? So, yeah, there's that. Alright. And coming up, and about to beat all these companies up for being the company that pisses off his fan base the most, we got Nintendo. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of both Capcom and Nintendo. So out of the four companies I just described, those are two of my favorite. Nintendo, what the hell are you doing? I mean, seriously. You could have waited on releasing the Wii U at this point. I mean, the problem I'm having is you keep talking about all these games. Oh, we got games coming. We got games coming. Here are the games. Here's the game titles. But it's like, when? When? Alright? Zelda, the new Zelda, a few years off, so I'm not expecting a solid date for that one. Fine. But, you know, you got Bayonetta 2, which I'm pretty sure has been working for a while. When's that coming out? Talk about all these 3DS games. When are they coming out? The Year of Luigi? Did anybody ask for the Year of Luigi? Sure, okay, maybe by now Nintendo fans are getting sick of Mario and want to see something new, but Luigi? That's not better! Okay, and there's a DLC for Mario World, where you can play through the whole game. Not Mario World, New Super Mario Bros. You can play the whole game as... I don't know why I would want to do that. And it's the same levels. You just change... You just put Luigi... Then there's a whole 3DS remake of Donkey Kong Country Return. I didn't even finish the Wii version yet. Alright, so you're going to port it there and add like that little 3... Why? Why would I want that? Look, you got some good stuff coming. There's the Fire Emblem, whatever thing. I'm playing Fire Emblem right now on the 3DS. I like it, so whatever this Fire Emblem X, whatever it's called, Shimmy Gimme Bang Bang or whatever, comes out, that's going to be pretty cool. So I'll probably check that out. You got your... Project X Zone was pretty cool. I want to check that one out. That's pretty cool. You know, obviously, you know, it's not called Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but come on, what else could that possibly be? That was good. So, and I'm probably not expecting to see any of that until like next year, but you gotta throw a bone to your fans, Nintendo. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of people who they are just tooth and nail defending you, and it's embarrassing to watch, man. So I'm thinking like, come on, guys. Now, I'm not expecting whole, like, super third-party shit on the system. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, well, they're going to get all these third-party games, because I knew from the beginning that is not going to happen. Because, and I already described that, basically, a lot of companies can bail out as much as they want, saying, oh, we don't think they're going to make enough sales, but come on, that's bullshit. If that were true, then nobody would be making it for PS3 either. You know, they'd be sticking to Xbox, because they know they'll get sales, and they're pretty much be no PS3 versions of multi-plat games. So that's a bullshit excuse. I'm telling you, the reason why they do that is that companies do not see a Nintendo system as something that can find DLC returns on. Alright, that's the thing right there. That's pretty much it. They know, they figure, well, there's probably not a lot of money that's going to be made off of DLC on these games, so we'll just make up some excuse why, oh we just don't think it's powerful enough, which, you know, I'm sorry, but if you're using power as an excuse to not put something on system, that's actually like the dumbest thing I ever heard, because, like I said, look at the PS2. That generation, it was the weakest, and it got all the fucking games. And it got all the best games. Alright? I'm not going to argue that. I got a PS2, a bunch of games I played on that, loved it. RPGs, fighting games, you know, he had all this good stuff. It was just, like, great stuff he had on there. But, weakest of the 3 systems. But, sold the most, so. There you go. But seriously, Nintendo brings out the Wii U, and it's like, Wii Street U! It's our own version of Google Maps, which is also powered by Google Maps. And I know, okay, yes, it is a relatively new system. It's only been out for like 3 months now. And like I said, they keep saying, oh, the games are coming, but it's like, dude, you need to do something better than just tell us they're on the way. Alright? You need to show us some gameplay. You need to show us how well they interact with the little comic book fail. How they interact with the little like tablet remote you made. Which, by the way, everybody's gonna be doing next generation. So if you sit there saying, oh, the tablet controller is something you ever heard. Well, you know, PS4, they're already working on their version. You saw prototypes of controllers, so that's coming. So don't act like it ain't, because it's on its way. And as far as I can tell, that's pretty much it. So to you 4 companies, which I have mentioned today in this video, straighten the fuck up. Come on, guys. Your fan base is waiting. And they'll probably be more likely to forgive you if you do the right thing.